Hey everybody, my name is Regan. I play on the women's basketball team here at Cedarville. I'm currently studying biblical studies, hopefully to graduate and become a biblical counselor one day. I'm from Cincinnati, Ohio, which is like an hour south of Cedarville, and I'm so excited to read this book to you today because it's called Turkey Trouble. Thanksgiving is one of my favorite holidays. Turkey was in trouble, bad trouble. The kind of trouble where it's almost Thanksgiving and you're the main course. But Turkey had an idea. What if he didn't look like a turkey? What if he looked like a horse? Surely Farmer Jake wouldn't eat a horse for Thanksgiving. His costume wasn't bad. In fact, Turkey looked like a horse. Almost. Moo, said Cow. Stop horsing around, Turkey. How'd you know it was me? Moaned Turkey. Too short, said Cow. Gobble gobble, grumbled Turkey. But looking at Cow gave Turkey a new idea. Surely Farmer Jake wouldn't eat a cow for Thanksgiving. His costume wasn't bad. In fact, Turkey looked just like a cow. Almost. Oink, 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 snorted Pig. Holy cow, is that you, Turkey? How'd you know it was me? Groaned Turkey. Too skinny, said Pig. Gobble, gobble, grumbled Turkey. But looking at Pig gave Turkey a new idea. Surely Farmer Jake wouldn't eat a pig for Thanksgiving. His costume wasn't bad. In fact, Turkey looked just like a pig. Almost. Bah, bah, bleated Sheep. Quit being a ham, Turkey. How'd you know it was me? Wailed Turkey. Too clean, said Sheep. Gobble, gobble, grumbled Turkey. But looking at Sheep gave Turkey a new idea. Surely Farmer Jake wouldn't eat a sheep for Thanksgiving. His costume wasn't bad. In fact, Turkey looked just like a sheep. Almost. Cock-a-doodle-doo, crowed Rooster. Bad idea, Turkey. How'd you know it was me? Howled Turkey. Too brown, squawked Rooster. Gobble, gobble, grumbled Turkey. But looking at Rooster gave Turkey a new idea. In fact, it was his best idea yet. He already looked a lot like Rooster. This costume would be easy. Surely Farmer Jake wouldn't eat a rooster for Thanksgiving. Or would he? Rooster might be his next choice. Turkey worried, since roosters and turkeys look so much alike. Oh, gobble gobble. Farmer Jake came into the barn. Turkey, 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 come out, wherever you are. Where's the turkey? Asked Farmer Jake's wife. I don't know, he said. I looked everywhere. Oh dear, what will we do without a turkey for Thanksgiving? Well, we could always eat the rooster, I guess. Oh no, not Rooster, thought Turkey. He looked around desperately for one more idea. Then he found it. His costume wasn't bad. In fact, it was Turkey's best yet. Ding dong, happy Thanksgiving. Did you order a pizza? Asked Farmer Jake's wife. Nope, he said, but it's a good idea. So they all sat down and gobbled up the pizza, and it was Turkey's best Thanksgiving ever. The end. Now it's time to do our drawings for our winners of this year's book giveaway. First up, our pre-K classes. We have Miss Augustine's Legacy Christian class and Miss Collins' Dayton Christian pre-K class. For our kindergarten classes, we have Miss Horsley's from Cincinnati Christian and Miss Snap's Greenan Elementary. For first graders, we have Miss Elliott from Simeon Kenton and Mrs. Graham from Cedar Cliff. For our second grade classes, we have Mrs. Robinson from Urbana Elementary, Mrs. Jacobs from Urbana Elementary, and Mrs. Bush from Legacy Christian. For third grade, we have Mrs. Alexander from New Carlisle Elementary and Mrs. Holliday from Dayton Christian. and Mrs. Moffat from Legacy Christian. For 4th grade classes, we have Mrs. Stevens from Simon Kenton and Miss Wilkinson from Westwood Elementary. For our special education class, we have Miss Quist from Tecumseh Elementary. Thank you, guys.